Welcome to the Tristan channel, your gateway to a world of fascinating subjects ranging from folklore, history, sci-fi, and the paranormal to film entertainment. Here we explore all kinds of captivating topics that will leave you intrigued and eager for more. Delve into the depths of ancient myths and legends. Unravel the secrets of historical events. Immerse yourself in the realms of imagination with sci-fi wonders and explore the unexplained mysteries of the paranormal. Join us on this exciting journey where we bring you the best of folklore, history, sci-fi, and the supernatural, all wrapped up in the enchantment of film entertainment. Stay tuned for enlightening discussions, thrilling narratives, and endless possibilities as we unravel the unknown together. This is the Tristan channel, your doorway to a world beyond imagination.
Hello there, hope you're doing well and welcome to the Tristan channel, or welcome back if you're already subscribed. And in this video I'm going to react to, keeping on the trend of going to new channels to react to, this one you'll know of. It's a popular channel that we sometimes see clips from on some of the ghost compilations that we watch, and that is Finders, Beepers, History Seekers. I like the fact that their name rhymes. And this is an African princess used abandoned Disney castle as a house, part 1. Now, before I forget, if you do want me to react to part 2, then just let me know in the comments below. And also, but what I'll do though, I won't go instantly to the part 2. I'll leave some space so that the viewership on that channel, you know, I'll pay it the same respects as I do any other video, so I'll wait for some time. So next time I go and visit them, I'll go and then watch part 2, if it makes sense, okay? So, as always, any channel that I react to, the link to said channel is in the description below. So let's go and check out what they have in store for us in this video.
Hi, and welcome back to Finders, Beepers, History Seekers. And I am more nervous than I have been on any explore this year. To be fair, on any explore since last time I went to Northern Ireland, I am genuinely worried. I'm in the middle of nowhere, in the most wonderful building. I wish I could show you outside, but it's pitch black. But the building is a chateau in France, deepest, darkest France. And I've been warned that the neighbours are on it. And because of being in the middle of nowhere, no one knows where I am. Literally, I could disappear and never be found again. But it's so worth it. I've walked through 2 rooms and I'm already like, wow. Anyway, let's get showing you around. Right, we'll start off in probably what is going to be the least impressive room in the whole of the building. So we are in like a little pantry storeroom at the moment. I don't know if you notice the walls are round, and the reason for that is we are at the base of the tower of the building. It's got a big French tower on the side of it, and it looks so good. What is this? What is this?
Pardon me.
That spoon, and I think that's made out of a vegetable, you know. I think it's like a hollowed out vegetable that's been made into like a spoon. I think that's just a big rock, yeah.
I think like the same material as a gourd or something, you know what I mean?
But I'll sort of try and tell you what I know about the background of this place. Now, I can't find anything about how old the place is, but I would say at least 400 years old. Just looking at the exterior and what it's like inside, at least 400 years old. Keep hearing a noise and I'm freaked out as it is. But the latest family to live in here was an African family, quite a wealthy. Well, you've got to be to own this place, honestly. If I can try and show you the outside of this place before we done, I will. But you've got to have some pennies to live here. It is crazy. But yeah, an African family, and then they just disappeared. I feel like I've been in a few recently where people have just upped and left, and it's the same with this. So anyway, let's get out of this pantry and straight into the kitchen. Now something has definitely been burnt in here. That's like blackened, but then there's a piece of wood just there, look round the corner, that's been burnt as well. But you can see some of these doors already are relatively old. Look, that got a hole in it there. Maybe it used to have one of the wire mesh bits on it to let...
If you see anyone there, I don't want you to whisper, you know what I mean?
I don't know, heat in, cold out, one or the other. Because you used to get those a lot in places like this. Look, it's been blocked up on the back. But it's an old door, that. You can tell by the wood. Anyway, let's get round this fireplace, because this is the edge of the fireplace. And into the kitchen, if I can. Bit of a squeeze. But, oh lad, there's stuff on the floor as well, which makes it harder. This is brill. Now, if we ignore this side of the kitchen, which is the 1970s disaster, then we'll be fine. But if we turn round, look at that fireplace. Massive, massive fireplace there. With a little bread oven or some sort of oven at the side. A big plaque up there, weighing scales. This light that's made out of a massive piece of wood and a big stone arch ceiling on it. There's all sorts of strange looking items, to be fair. That looks a little bit African as well. And some nuts there as well. But there's lots of little things I keep noticing. What was it I saw a second ago? Oh yeah, this, look. The iron. Big old iron. And I think, wouldn't you put maybe put coals inside it? Open it up at the front. You see, I don't know if I can do it. No, it's rusted shut. But you open it up and I think you put coals inside that one. And then you can do your ironing. Imagine that. You can't regulate your temperature or squirt any water out or anything like that. Look at me, I know how to iron. Got bars on the windows there. And the original old hand-cut stones. Brilliant. Now, I don't know what's going off down here. I feel like there's a squirrel that lives here. Because that is a hell of a lot of nuts. But maybe, I don't know, maybe they just harvested them around here, because I know sort of south of France and places like that, you get a lot of things like walnuts. I just think this fireplace is just brilliant, I really, really do. With things like weighing scales on, the big metal hooks to hold the meat up. There's a big like fire guard with a coat of arms on the back. Look, there's like an angel at that side. And a big thing there. I can hear cars, I don't like it. There is a big road not far from here. But I don't know if they come in here or if it's just going along that main road. It's horrible. Now I'm going to take you back into the room that I came in through. What we got in here? Because I want to show you what it looked like when I first walked in. All the keys on the back of there, look. Yeah, I wanted to show you the angle I walked in at, just to give you an idea of how I was like, wow, this is brilliant.
Just so you know, those who don't, I should have said this at the beginning, but for those of you who don't know, Finders Beepers History Seekers, they're basically urban explorers, like Urbex Hill, but they go to historical sites, abandoned historical buildings, any history basically. But sometimes, like as you see on ghost compilations, sometimes they'll catch something by accident, not intentional, like a shadow bastard on the camera. You know what I mean? So that's why I like to react to them. One, because the history is fascinating. Two, it's just some of the sites are beautiful. And two, if they catch something, it's fun for us, isn't it?
Now, you can see there is a lot of destruction in here as well. God, I just saw that bit on my bag. I thought someone was there next to me. Yeah, look. We've definitely got things falling through. It's going to be quite dangerous, I think, this explore. But what I've seen, at least some of it, is amazing. So we'll have to try and avoid that. We don't want any more near-death experiences in France. The thing is, when I came to France this time, I said to my dad, things come in threes. The last time I was here, I got robbed. The time before, I fell through the ceiling and broke my pelvis. So what is going to happen this time? And it genuinely is weighing on my mind a little bit. I actually think since I got robbed, I've been a bit wary of coming abroad, and that's not like me. So to be able to get back in the saddle and come has just made me feel so much better. I feel loads better now.
Fair play, mate. I mean, you can't blame them, though. I mean, that will stay with you for some time, won't it? So it's like you'll be always worried or paranoid or bit. You have some trepidation, wouldn't you, about going to certain places, especially certain places where something's happened.
But yeah, get your predictions in. I definitely think there's been fire. I can smell fire now. Oh, look, that's one of the family members that used to live here. Right, I'm going to actually take you back across to where I walked in. Right, look. This for a room. With a huge arched ceiling. And it is really high, that. I mean, really high. Like, just to give you an idea, this piece of furniture here is about the same height as me, about 6 foot. And it doesn't come anywhere near the top of the ceiling, nowhere near. Look at all the artwork as well, around the room. Like, it's quite easy just to look at it and think, oh, it's just plain, but it's not. It's got artwork around an old fireplace here. It's just little things as well, like, don't know if that's just flowers in there. Big pieces of furniture, marble topped. It's brilliant. What's this? I'm not sure. It's sugar. I can't remember, but it's been used to put money in, whatever it is. And then got cool little plates as well. Now I am a bit wary of being stood next to this door because the next door neighbour. Oh look, before we talk about the next door neighbour, little hunting scene. The next door neighbour is notoriously bad, and they have a great view. I've just been up next to their house, not realising I'd gone too far in the car, and I could look back and see this place. And if they see my torch next to this door, I could be done for before I even start. So I am a bit worried, a bit concerned.
Oh, dickhead neighbours.
Fuck them, we're great. Now I've got another a piece of artwork in a similar style.
Thing is, though, to be fair, in that situation, because no matter how much someone's a dickhead, it depends. Well, of course they call the police, but you're not technically breaking the law, I suppose. And I don't know how the law works in France. Either way, because it's so unstable, I'll just go and hide in the pantry again. Because if you're a dickhead, it's like no matter how much of a dickhead you are, it's like, are you really gonna put yourself, climb through all that crap just to get to someone? You're not, are you?
But this is on material or board of some sort, with holes in it and a big fastening. Oh look, someone else that lived here at some point. So I don't know.
Not sure if it's a clever idea, nailing it into the radiator, and of course there's a frame in front of it. But
if that's original or not, I'm so jumpy. Every single thing I hear. Just some jars for making stuff. You know me in kitchens, we don't get on that well, because it's just stuff that everybody has, like tins of tomatoes that have gone funny. But I don't mind hanging around in kitchens when they look like this. Although it's not really a kitchen, is it? There's no sinks, it's like a dining room. But they've got kitchen stuff in here. Oh look, these are a bit like the chairs from last week, but without the monogram. They've got the leather back that's like embossed, and the seat. Yeah, it's almost the same.
I I'm surprised the dickhead neighbours haven't ransacked that place for like swanky furniture. You know what I mean?
It's really good.
Like that.
Got
You know
over
what I mean?
around here. I've got lots. I keep seeing loads of records knocking about. Old LPs. Bit of vinyl. And we've got some CDs and stuff as well. So I don't think it's that long since they've moved away. But I'm not 100% sure when it was.
Yeah, because that fireplace ain't all
that
that
is a
old.
big piece of furniture. That's probably near enough 12 foot. Just thinking about me stood next to it. Yeah, maybe between 10 and 12 foot that. So that makes you realise how high these ceilings are. And this is the family look. And Mary, I would say, and Jesus. That is definitely not Jesus. And some other bits and bobs as well. Oh, I love it in here already. I really do. Look at that. That's good, isn't it? It's like Luminaire out of Beauty and the Beast. He is called a Luminaire, isn't he? But you can imagine him starting to... You know what? In fact, this place makes me think of, like, the Beast's house. Oh, bloody hell, that's really reminded me of it now.
It's probably why he put Disney Castle on the
table. But the amount I talk about...
That probably explains the name and the title. Because I thought at first it was literally a building owned by Disney, but it's not. You know what I mean? So it's called a Disney Castle because it's got bits that remind me of stuff.
Disney things. You'd think I love Disney, but I don't think I've hardly ever seen a full Disney film. But I still seem to know all about them, which is weird. But I suppose I've got two girls. One who's pretty much 20 and one that's 18. So they went through the Disney princess kind of stuff. So I'll be making tea and sort of half watching it, that's why. Anyway, let's keep going. Anyway, just before we go out, I noticed one more thing. That's a spinning wheel, I think. That's been turned into a light, which is pretty cool. And also this mirror is brilliant. I love that. The little gong at the side telling people the tea's ready. Anyway, let's go through here. Right, I've just walked through this door. We're now at the bottom of the stairs, which I'm sort of a bit reluctant to go up straight away. I want to stay on this bottom floor. However, we have a slight problem. So this door that leads us through the house is locked. However, there is a door. Thought I heard a voice then. There is a door there. And there is stuff to look at on here. I don't know if we can get out that way and through a different door. If we can, we'll do that first. If not, we'll go up these stairs. But just look at it in here. That big,
beautiful staircase.
hanging plant there, which is obviously fake because it's still alive. You've got a little clown. Now this is a combination I don't think I've ever seen. Is it Jesus and a temperature thing? That's what it looks like to me. Oh no, has it got a little vial of holy water in it? I think it has, yeah. Yeah, Holy Land olive wood it's made out of. A pair of boobies there and a little vagine, I think. I'm not sure what that is actually.
Yeah.
Turn it over if there's a bum there. Yeah, it's a little vagine. Look, got loads of fake plants in their entranceway. A little motorbike. Imagine living here, razzing up and down on your land, on your motorbike. It'd be crazy. It's so good, that though. So good. Our Freddie would love it. He'd probably kill himself on it, but he would absolutely love that. What we got around this corner? Oh, let's put your, maybe hang your coats on. Put your boots at the bottom of it, maybe. Some more fake flowers here in what looks like a cot. Is that not a cot? That looks like an old-fashioned cot. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, there's some photos there as well. We'll look at them in a minute. And they're bits off benches from outside. Oh, this place is brilliant. Oh, look, there's more here as well. So these are the people that lived here. And it's looking like that's potentially back in Africa. I'm not sure. Oh, this is good. Look at him in his vest and shorts. What a lad.
So I know it's on people's property, but for historical record, you know, I'll put it in my own file or something on the computer. But I'd get a different camera and take a picture of that, you know what I mean? Of each page, and then crop them and say, this is the history behind this place I explored. You know, just for your own personal use, nothing to put around, you know what I mean?
But yeah, I bet it's a very different life living over in Africa to living here. Very different. I don't know, I just think of Africa as busy, like always doing something. Oh, look, elephants. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but it makes me think of like busy, like lots of people and things like that, whereas the south of France is very much laid back, not very much happening. Like the biggest gossip is that somebody chose Pepsi from the shop instead of Coke, that sort of thing. Or they bought 2 baguettes this week, which means that they're definitely seeing someone. Do you know what I mean? It's just weird. It's weird how... And the thing is, right, so when I've been in other countries...
I just want to say, I wonder what's happened to this family. It's sad to think if there's no one next to kin or people there to pick up the stuff. I mean, there's a lot of family and a lot of history there, you know.
So, for example, I started off last year or the year before? I was in Italy. I flew to Italy and I drove to Croatia, Slovakia, Bosnia and Hungary. And every time you went over a border, it was like instantaneous. You knew you were in a different country. Everything changed. The house styles changed. The people obviously spoke differently, but looked different. The surroundings, like the hills just seemed to change. It was really weird. It's like it almost like was segregated. It's hard. It's really, really hard. But I just think like a big culture shock of Africa to southern Europe would be massive. It would be really massive. Hot, dry place to green, lush valleys. Weird. Now, I don't know what the relevance is of the guy with the vest on, because obviously this is one family, but he sort of sticks out a bit like a sore thumb. Is there, look. Now, was it that he maybe married one of these and came over here? Because I'm just looking at this. This looks like it's from 1917, according to that, 1718. Maybe I'm wrong, that's what it looks like there. I wonder if that was his mother. I wonder if she owned this place previous. I don't know. The total guesses. I know there is some history on this place because there's another explorer that's done this place that I got a little bit of information out of, but I would like to find a bit more out because it sort of intrigues me a little bit. What brought them back here? Was it his ancestral home and he'd been living in Africa for a bit? Or maybe he's unrelated altogether. I just don't know. Maybe it was her ancestral home. You just don't know. But they were here in 2000, look. So, 25 years. Maybe they left then, maybe they left after. Not sure. This chair's good. I do like this chair. Right, let's have a look at some of these photos. Look, he's there again. He's in the back. And when I say he stands out like a sore thumb, not being racist. Like, obviously, just out of the photographs, predominantly black people, dark-skinned people, however you want to say it these days, dark pigmentation. Oh, God, you get tripped up on so many things, to be fair, with stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they're all people. It doesn't really matter. I just wonder why he was in Africa. Is he something to do with the church? Was he a missionary, look? Because they're church photos. It's only the history of it I'm interested in, not why there's a white person living with a black person. Don't care about that. Doesn't bother me at all. But I just wonder what got him to Africa, why he was there in the first place. And then obviously they came over and visited France. And I'm sure there's going to be some person in the comments that's going to be going, oh, migrants, or send them all back. End of the day, if you're British, you are made up of so many different influences, whether that be French, German, Vikings, Romans, or Celts, all over. Absolutely all over. So the people that go, oh, Britain's not Britain anymore, never bloody was.
Listen to this.
It was every influence under the sun. And the thing is, migration is Britain. It really is. Now, overcrowding and people coming here and not contributing, that's a whole other thing. But I'm not getting into the politics of that. But what I am saying is, don't make it about something it's not. It's someone's house where someone lived. It's not about what colour they are or what country they came from. Think about bloody Benidorm. Every person there is from...
See, it's always about immigration. It's really important because in the UK at the moment we're so alien obsessed with immigration. It's stupid, and it's like we're all bloody immigrants. Shut up. It's like, you know what I mean. If you want Britain to be, it's like America. If you want America to be America, give it back to Native American Indians. If you want Britain to be Britain, then give it back to the Welsh, the Welsh, Irish, and Scottish. They're the true, well, you could say the true blood English. It's like, you know what I mean. It's like, stop being stupid with it.
England. It's stupid. I don't know why people focus on stuff like that.
Exactly.
So much. It really is daft. Anyway, that's my...
I think it's not to get too political, but there's something that was pointed out the other day, and that is what people don't realise is it's all fair and good, but how many of these, you know, English Defence League twats go, oh, they're coming over here, stealing our jobs, and it's like, how many of those lager louts would go out into a farm and pick potatoes? You know what I mean? It's like they come over and do jobs that a lot of us either don't like or can't, let's be honest, can't be asked to do or wouldn't be asked to do. You know what I mean? If we worked on a farm, we're like, oh, do we have to really get up early in the morning? I mean, I'm not saying everyone, but you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like, oh, why we got no people doing this, we've got no people doing that. Well, yeah, because you didn't want them. So when to give, because at the end of the day, they don't give a shit. They just want a job to make a living. Yeah, it's nothing's worse than what they left. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's stupid. It's like, okay, then you go pick potatoes then. Ditch what you're doing now. Go work on a farm. You know what I mean? It's like, have you got a degree in nurse? Have you got a medical degree? Well, no. So if no one here has got, you know, it's not like no one here with a medical degree is not getting a job. You know what I mean? It's just that we need more staff, as it were. So if there's not enough people wanting to become doctors in this country, which says a lot, you know what I mean? It's then, you know, that's the other thing as well. A lot of people could become doctors and stuff like that in this country. So it's like, where are you going to get them from? Well, so if someone wants to come over here and help you out and run hospitals, then fair enough. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. So yeah, I just don't get it. I mean, yeah, I won't go into. There's a few further things I'll go into, but I don't want to upset people. But yeah, a lot of it's crazy. It's like, and ever since, you know, certain decisions were made in this country, you know, we've had people from abroad who came to live here. They've now left the country, and now our country's in a worse state for it. But people can't see that. They're like, you know what I mean?
A warning rant out of the way, waiting for the comments to come, because I'm sure there will be.
Nah, fair play, mate. Speak truth, mate.
Look at the
say how it is.
Thick wooden base to this, and
especially it comes to, it just goes to show that the thing is, what makes laugh, if you say you're proud to be English, then learn some bloody history. You know what I mean? It's like if you learn the actual history of the country you're proud of, you wouldn't be anti-immigration, and two, you'd see how stupid it all is. You know what I mean? It's
the metal struts, and these steps actually are quite wide. So in a lot of these houses, when they go around a tight corner like that, the steps will be probably half that. But this, you could fit, if I stood there, you could probably fit someone there and then a child. So like 2.5 people width walking up side by side. They're really, really good steps. But we'll come back to that in a minute, because I want to go and see if we can get in this next room. I definitely can't get through here, can I? No. It's locked. Now, I've been so scared that I weren't going to get in here. And the reason for that is I came on this trip thinking, right, I need 2 locations. I need to go and do 2 locations because I'm going away to France again on Saturday, but I'm flying. So I thought, right, I'll go and do 2 easy ones. And then I thought, why? Why not come to the one that I've been wanting to do for months? Since that happened where I got robbed, this place has been on my list of places to come, and it's not far away from where I got robbed. And it's taken me 10 hours to get here today. Like, it's a dog barking. Yes, Friday I drove about 8 hours, and then I've driven another, well, I've been on the road for 10 hours again today. So, really, I've come far too far, because I've got to be back on a ferry the day after tomorrow, back up at Calais, so I've got a long drive again tomorrow. But you know what? I can already tell this place is worth it. Right, let's head out here, which I think goes outside. Now I'm hoping, because this is the bit we were looking through here a minute ago.
See, when this channel gets going, I like to do various exploring stuff. You know what I mean? Well, obviously, you know, don't matter what the job I got. I mean, even with the job I got, it takes me years to save up for a holiday. But when this channel gets going, we could go places. You know what I mean? I could take you places. You know what I mean?
That dining room.
Probably do England first, go to historical places in England and
Doors
stuff.
here.
Especially for a bit of ghost investigation.
We can actually get inside the building. Look at the big doors there. This is almost like an area they would have brought, I don't know, their old cars into. Like an outdoor car storage area.
It's funny how nature,
at some point, or horse.
it's funny how nature takes over when you leave. If you leave like too long, nature grows. You know what I mean? It's a lot like how some of these ancient civilizations disappear from history. It's because they get grown over by nature and stuff.
Car or... Oh, look. The steps there. They go up into a separate building. I'll have to try and remember to come and have a look in there. But yeah, look, big gates. Well, we'll go and have a look round that bit in a bit. But we can get in here. And oh my lord, I'm glad we can. Because it looks brilliant. Now, it is strange because this room...
Oh, look at that.
It's only really got one way in and one way out through this door, which I find really odd. I would expect there to be another door.
Beautiful
at
wallpaper.
That side there, and there isn't. So that's really, really weird. But I'll sort of try and show you the room. There's a lot of stuff chucked about, but look at this. Look at it in here. Look at that clock. That grandfather clock. Somebody told me what they were called in the comments today, and I cannot remember, but it's almost exactly the same as the one last week, but bigger. But anyway, let's look at some of the stuff. I think this is a safe. I think it is. From Paris, look. Pierre Hafner, 12 to 14, Passage, Geoffrey, Paris.
That's the manufacturer.
Something moving.
Could be rats as well.
Something or someone were moving then. Don't like that. Right, let's keep looking. Oh, God, I'm on edge. Look at these two here. I wonder if they lived here. He's a proper Frenchman, him. And I wonder if that's that same woman we saw a minute ago, but younger. Not sure. And then that's like North African influence by the looks of things on there as well. With the camels and the donkeys and stuff like that. And that's more French, that one. Look at the wallpaper though. That's crazy wallpaper. It's almost textured. Genuinely making me feel ill, this place. I think it's the wind. I think the breeze is blowing things about. Once again though, this room is so, like the ceiling is so high. So high. I think I only just come past the top of that fireplace, head and shoulders above that. and then you've got all that way to go up to the top. It's crazy. But look at these seats. We're not going into what they're called again, because I have no idea. I had so many different people saying different things last week that I don't know, still don't know. I don't know if they're sofas, settees, whether they... I don't know. Oh, look. Now, surely this isn't going to be a Singer. Because, oh, it's an Amiga. An Amiga sewing machine built into the table as well, with the box that goes on the top of it, and then the little drawers with the buttons and twine and things like that in it. You know I don't like buttons, and I don't like bits of cotton either, but it is good. It is really good. And then this bit at the bottom, you'd do with your foot, and it'd spin round. I don't know how you'd do it to get like the rhythm. I don't know if you'd have to put your foot fully on it and do like that. I can't film it and do it at the same time. But yeah, look, another what looks like North African scene there, next to something that's quite European looking. Now what I'm just going to do is, because the rooms are so big, I've got one of my smaller torches on, so I'm going to try changing it over. Let's see if I can make it a bit brighter. Right, hopefully that's a little bit better. I just felt it were a little bit dull. And like the ceilings just don't look quite right. But yeah, those chairs are really good. And this is brilliant. It's got what looks like Jesus in the centre there. And then some people around him. I don't know who they are. I don't know if they're just like followers, like Christians. I don't know what you want to call them. But I don't understand what this big bit is for. Why is that shape?
It's for the pendulum thing. It's missing the guts to it.
And French and Italian grandfather clocks. Did they have a bigger thing going across? Like,
Probably.
what are they called? Can I open this? I don't want to break it. I don't know if I can open it or not. No, it's very much wedged. I don't want to break it. But yeah, I don't know. Pendulum, that's the word I'm looking for, isn't it? Pendulum. Did they have a bigger pendulum and you could just see it? Surely the French ain't got bigger pendulums than the UK. You'd think we'd have big ones and they'd have little tiny ones.
That's what she said.
But, yeah, maybe that's what it was for. I do love that. I know we have them in the UK, but when it's sat next to all things like this, I just think it's brilliant. And I'm still debating if this is a safe. Like, because what are these bits? Why is there an hole there? And why is there 3 holes there? Do you put like keys in those bits? I'm guessing it's like
Probably had
the
the
heaviest
dials.
thing in the world. Yeah, it is. I don't know who's booted it over, but it will took some force. But then, like I said, there's some weird items in here as well. There's a rowing machine just sat in the corner next to like Victorian photos and a strange lamp. And then in this corner you've got a 1990s PC setup with your phone fax, your printer, some strange doll with the most piercing blue eyes you've ever seen, and the old computer tower, and I think it's just really odd. You just wouldn't put that in here because it just don't fit. And Jesus don't look very happy about it either. He's a bit like Superman Jesus. I just feel like he's gonna fly off in his cape in a minute with his shiny hair. Look at that shiny hair. Ain't you got a good beard and hair, Jesus? Bleeding heck. Bet you use Vidal Sassoon. One of these days I want to be struck down. I want to be smited by the almighty God for taking the piss out of Jesus. Now, I don't like to film myself in things like this because I hate it. But I think it gives you an idea of how big that mirror is. Like, I'm stood 6 foot away from it and I look tiny in it because it is massive. You've got a massive marble fireplace underneath as well. an old, what looks like leather bucket. I don't know if it's leather or plastic actually. Like there's some old things, but then there's new stuff as well. New 90s telly in the corner and VCR. I suppose it's weird, like, if you're just living, it's not a museum, is it? If you're living your life in here, in the 90s, you're gonna have 90s stuff. So it's sort of weird, but me personally, I'd sort of want to just fill it with Victorian stuff. It's strange, isn't it? It's weird. Like, you don't think about it like that everyday life.
Yeah, we'll try and keep some of the house in keeping with the style. You know, especially if you landed a corker like that. And, yeah, don't get me wrong, I love my house, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, if you had the option, you'd keep it that style, or maybe just have your bedroom or your own personal study with modern stuff in it, but the rest of the house in keeping with the style of the period.
Like having to go on a computer and have a printer and have a fax machine. Right, so we're going to have to go back outside. I don't know if that is what I could hear, look. That blowing up and down. I don't know if there's a door there, but I think I'm going to go back out of this way. Oh, I heard something again then. I'm going to go out of this way because then we're shielded from them seeing my torch around the back of the building. I don't know whether to go up and look in that tower first or in a bit. In a bit, I think. Right, I'm a little bit confused by this place because that is where we've just been in. And it comes to an end there in the room that we went in up to. But then there is like a lean-to here. So I don't know how you get to that, whether that's here or not. But it's a tall tower, this place. Yeah, I think this is just like heating and stuff. So maybe we need to go upstairs. But then there's another building here next to us, another one here. It all seems to be part of the same thing. So I'm a little bit confused by it all. So I'm just going to try and make my way around the ground floor of all the buildings and then make my way upstairs. Or should I go up there? Don't know what to do. I've decided I think I'm going to go back into the main house and up the stairs because I think all the best stuff should be in the main house and these will be like storage or something, I don't know, but that's my choice. But that upstairs also has a downstairs, so we'll definitely be coming back out here again in a minute. That's if I don't kill myself. I've gone very dizzy. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've suddenly gone really dizzy. I'm feeling like I did back in the day when I used to run. After I'd run a race, I'd feel nervous, like I'd been feeling nervous and all the adrenaline had been pumping. And then you used to get something called an adrenaline hangover, where you'd go a bit shaky or like tired or headache or feel rubbish. I feel like that. Now, it's not a problem because I'm used to it, or I was used to it when I used to run, but it makes you go a little bit off balance, which is not what I need when there's dodgy floors about. I don't want to just fall down and die, unless it's something else altogether, and I'm about to have an heart attack. Just never know, dear. I'm in that age range now, 45, prime time to be having a heart attack. And I know
God,
you're
don't
all
say
gonna
that.
be saying, well, lose some weight then. I will, don't worry, I will. But I think I'm over hot. I think that's mainly what it is. I'm too hot, and I haven't brought a drink with me because I'm an idiot. Right, we've made our way up. God, yeah, it's like I'm explaining to me mum in it what I've done. I'm a naughty boy, and I know I should be looking after myself, but I'm not. Well, if you want me to come to these places, you've got to expect me to... Oh my lord. That is not what I expected to find through this door. And that's the bit that's collapsed as well, which I'm sort of glad about.
Not be funny, I'm actually quite intrigued, so I may react to part 2.
Because if it's where all the boiler and stuff is, I'd rather it be collapsed in there than where the good stuff is. But up we go again. I think I'm going to have to take this hoodie off. I think that will help. I think it'll help massively. Right, hoodie off. I genuinely feel a little bit better already, just from taking that off. I start to get the shakes, which is not a nice feeling at all. But I'll get the shakes back in a minute when you see this in here, look.
Nice.
I feel a bit uncomfortable in here. I don't know why. Let me see if I can see that house from over there. Yeah, that glow is the house where the people live.
I'll draw the curtains,
I've got
mate.
to be careful in here. Well,
Okay,
so I've got to
mate.
be careful. If they're going to see it, they're going to see it. Look at that. Look at that. It's a shame she's missing arms. But look at this. Bruides par something.
Drudessa.
Not sure what that says. Oh, look at that. It's
Druid, so it's Drudessa par come back. Last letters are worn off, but that definitely says Drudessa.
Bruides par something. I'm not sure what that says. Oh, look at that. That's amazing. That is wonderful. Then you've got wedding photos. He's got a very dark complexion. He looks almost Italian. And then look at these here on the wedding day. Oh, that's so good. Just to think it could be in here, that. She don't look right happy, if I'm being honest. She doesn't look pleased at all. But yeah, look at the guy next to her as well. I'm guessing that's her dad. He's not particularly pleased, and neither is the boy. In fact, none of them. Is anyone smiling? Oh, the little plump lady, she's smiling. I'm guessing that's his mum. And the dad, they're both smiling. But nobody else is. That's a brilliant photo there. And then I've got Jesus again. Oh, I've got some plasters for Jesus. One of our subscribers sent me some Jesus plasters. Next time I went to Ireland, I was going to take them with me to put on Jesus's hands on all the pictures. I didn't think to bring them here. I do like that, even though it's quite sparse in this room. I'm sort of scared. I might have to shut this window. Even though that breeze is beautiful, I might just... Oh, I thought the curtain were attached, but it's not. But yeah, even though it's quite sparse, this room, there's not loads in it. There's something about it that's good. Look. Wow. That's a bit like carnival glass. A little plaque with Mary on it. That's really good. Another one of Mary there. Some like little hidden doors. I think if they were shut, I don't think I'd notice they were there. With some pretty tragic French 80s, 90s clothes in. Then we've got a little lamp. And two double beds. Don't you think that's weird? A double bed there. And a double bed there. Now, don't get me wrong. They might have just got the kids two double beds. Hey, look. There's a door there. It'll probably be just to a cupboard. Yeah, it's just a cupboard. Thought they were going to be like hidden room then. I've never seen anything that I love quite as much as that. I think it's brilliant. I felt a bit bad that Jesus was on the floor, so I've picked him up, put him on the bed so he can have a chill out. Let his hands rest up a little bit. Anyway, on into the next room. This is a big chunky piece of it. Look at the key on that. I think that's quite an old piece of furniture. Oh Lord. What we got in here? We've got a old telephone. These clothes stink. Like charity shops. It smells like a charity shop in that cupboard. That is not a nice smell at all. I used to have to go to charity shops quite a lot because when I was like a antiques and collectibles dealer, you used to get a lot of good stuff, especially in certain parts of Sheffield, like the more affluent places. You get all your old grannies that when they've popped the clogs, the family can't be bothered to sell everything on, so they just send them down to the charity shop. And you get really expensive clothes. You get like bits of furniture and stuff like that, and they were like so good. You can make loads of money off it. And I always sort of, at the back of my mind, wanted to tell the charity shops that they were missing out. And I'm like, no, I can't. So I knew what day clothes and things got brought down. They had a drop-off day, but there was no point going then because they had to sort through everything. So I used to go the day after or the day after that when they'd sorted everything out. But these days, charity shops or thrift shops, if you're American, know what they're doing. They price everything up. They know exactly what's going on, and there's no money to be made in anything that they sell. But like the salesman in me still sees things. Oh my lord, another 2 beds in here. Now this is obviously an older person or a person with mobility issues that slept in this one because of the bit to get up, like the hoisty thing or whatever it is. But yeah, I do see things in these places and think, oh, I could make a load of money selling that. Obviously I don't do it, but there's still that part of the salesman in me that thinks, oh, I could sell loads of those, I could do really well with that. Oh Lord, I didn't realise it went in there. Oh, is that the tower? Maybe that's the tower. Right, let's have a look at some of these things on here first. So we've got a little thing for athletes, an athlete from 1991. What else is this? Is that some sort of cheer squad? Is it them that, oh, it's them baton twirler people, isn't it? That chuck the sticks up in the air and then do some spinning round and stuff. I don't know what they're actually called then. I don't know if they've got a specific name. Bon fete, maman. Bon fete, bon fete, bon fete. What's fete? It's good something, mum, but I can't remember what fete is. All I can think of is Boba Fett out of Star Wars. It's birthday, I think, because it's Joyous Noel for Christmas. It's not like Happy Day. It's Happy Birthday, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. I swear I've forgotten more things than I actually ever learned. That doesn't work. These little books are good though. And yes, that is pretty much in English, the history of Rome. Someone was telling me off saying, oh, you can say you speak French, but you're only really reading the words that were like English. And yeah, sometimes you do, because they stand out to you. But sometimes you can't read it because...
To be fair though, the thing is also, a lot of the English language is made up of French, as well as other languages, you know what I mean?
It's in like joined up handwriting and stuff. But anyway, look, I know you'll struggle to get that, to understand what that says, but that says The Vendetta. I know that's a hard one. Right, what we got up here? Some more of those little books. A knob in a drawer. Oh, another one for a birthday, look. Oh God, but the thing is, don't you think she looks a bit like Belle from Beauty and the Beast? I think there's a bit of a theme going on in here, isn't there? It's like oh God, imagine if I were one of these people that do it. The Beauty and the Beast mansion, or the Disney Palace. Wind me up. Urban Explorers, wind me up. Now this jacket's good. I do like this. This isn't quite as tragic as some of the other clothes we've seen. Still, not so sure about that shirt. But the jacket's definitely good. Like, don't get me wrong, I do like some retro stuff. You can get like gangster hats. I really like those, but you've got to get the right size, because if you don't, you look like an idiot. But there's other ones as well. Like, I like top hats and I like cravats. Whether I'd wear them is another thing. Whether they'd fit me is another thing. But I do like some older sort of clothing, but maybe not so much 70s and 80s stuff. Now what I have noticed is it's a matching set, this. That wardrobe, this dresser here with the marble top as well. God, this floor's creaky, isn't it? And this bed, this headboard, is that matching as well? Yeah, that's matching as well. They all match up. They've all got the same... Actually, no, that isn't matching. That is, because look, you've got that sort of up and down worm pattern at the top. Makes me think of worms off a Nokia 3310 or whatever it was. You've got it on there as well, the top of that one, and the same pattern up at the top of there as well. So they're definitely a matching set. But it's, I don't know how old they are, not sure. Now personally, I would want this bedroom. This is the one, as a child growing up especially, this is the bedroom I would have wanted. Have my bedroom in here, and then through this little door here would have been my playroom. So yeah, sleep in here, do what you want, have your clothes in here, but then have all your toys in this. And like I said, oh, it's a toilet. It's a feeding toilet. Like I said, this is that tower. It's a domed room. Don't really know why there's a mattress in here. And the door, there's a door that goes outside that's been blocked up as well. I don't know if that goes onto a little balcony. Might look in a bit, oh, that toilet's vile. But yeah, I'm not sure what I think about the toilet in here. Especially with that, oh, you won't get the door open, I don't think, because of how they've plumbed that in. That's awful. I heard a woman's voice then. I've heard a woman's voice about 3 times now. I didn't know if it was something shifting in my bag, but that time I weren't moving. The other thing I keep hearing is my nose is a little bit blocked, and when I breathe out through my nose, I'm not going to do it now. No, it's like making a really high-pitched noise, and it keeps putting me off and making me wonder what it is. But I've heard a woman's voice 3 times now while I've been in here, and I also heard, when I was coming back round from the side of the building when I couldn't decide which bit to go in, I heard what sounded like a bleeding wild boar. It just went like that. But there is wild boar around here, so you just never know. There could be a grunter looking out for me, ready to get me. Oh, it'd be good though. I'd love to see a wild boar, as long as it didn't try and kill me. Because they can kill you, can't they? If they get you in the right position, say if they knocked you off your feet, they've got them big tusky things, they could gut you. So I suppose they could kill you. Maybe not someone
It'd probably go for your neck or face, as usually
as big as me, but a child maybe. Walking back through here, I am properly... I can hear every little noise, every little creak. There's shutters on these that are just making me... Well, even things like this, look. See the bits of plastic or tape or whatever it is? They're just blowing in the wind and making a very slight noise. But because it's so quiet around here, it's easy to just think it's something else. Right, anyway, now I've stopped being a girl and pissing myself at every single... Not pissing myself, because laughing. We had this conversation today. Like, the Brits do a lot of pissing. You get pissed off, which means you're angry. You get pissed, which means you're drunk. You can, what else? Pissed off, pissed. You can piss off, which means like, you tell someone to piss off, which means go away. There's so many different words, so many things that we use. Can't hold your piss, which means that basically you can't keep a secret. We use piss in so many different... I was thinking about it the other day. I was talking to someone about it. Anyway, on to the next room.
also means you've got weak bladder as well.
Oh, it looks good in here already. There's a breeze coming out of this room now. Let's see if I can fit past this.
Like if someone can't get... If you know someone who keeps getting to the toilet, you go, oh, you can't hold his piss.
Big table. Oh.
Especially with a few drinks, don't you?
Wow. Look at this. Is it the storming of the Bastille, look? Scene dans l'intérieur de Bastille. It's a book on Hitler. Seems to be a book about the SS. Che Guevara there. Is that Lenin? Oh, fucking hell. I've got to be really careful. I don't drop it. Yeah, look, there's the top of the tower.
Well then, that was an episode from History Beepers, Finders Beepers History Seekers, and yeah, something different. I know it wasn't quite paranormal, I know but it's nice, something different. It's quite intriguing. Like I said, I might actually, even though I did say to you, do you want me to do React Part 2? Oh, pardon me. I might just go ahead and do it anyway, because to be fair, I'm quite intrigued, because I love history. And, you know, I'm sure some of you out there enjoy a bit of history as well. Bloody light's gone. Never mind. But you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, but what I'll do, obviously, I'll give it some space between, like I do with each video I do, you know. Each channel, sorry, before I revisit them. The next time I go pay them a visit, I'll react to Part 2. And I'll also make sure I put a link to this one in Part 2 thing when I do. So, yeah, it's cool, isn't it? It's a nice place, beautiful house. It's a shame, you know, hopefully there's some family still out there somewhere who may pick up the stuff. You know, it's a bit of a shame to see it all go, you know, all that history and all that go to waste, but anyway. But I hope you enjoyed watching it like I did, and I hope you found it fascinating like I did. And well, as always, thanks for taking the time to sit for these and watch them with me. And if you're new to the channel, then please do subscribe, because 1, it doesn't cost you a thing. 2, people subscribe to anything these days. But 3, most importantly of all, is it'll be great to have you with us. And I shall see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.